Chosen ones. Y'all know what it is. We about to turn up, man. Y'all come on in and have a seat. Y'all come on in and have a seat. I told y'all we was going to come back and do this again today, y'all, okay? And the reason I wanted to do it today, for those of you who weren't on YouTube, is because YouTube completely played me. They completely played me, y'all. So I really feel like the message that I was trying to give out, y'all didn't really receive it the way I wanted y'all to receive it. So we're going to cut up today, and I'm going to actually give y'all the visual with it. Because I need y'all to understand, you know, that when something is happening, you've been warned before by the spirit. Okay? They done sent you warnings behind whatever it is that you were doing. And, you know, in his case, he chose to not take heed to that warning, y'all. Okay? And so today, for those of you who don't know, man, we're going to be doing a quick video on Julio Fulio today. yeah, y'all. Okay? And so for those of you who don't know who he is, because I didn't know who he is, y'all, I ain't the type that even sit back and really too much listen to this type of music right here. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, like, you know, he made his living based off of just dissing the dead. Y'all know the whole situation with just music today, y'all, the whole drill music scene. You see what I'm saying? And the influence that it has on the culture just in general, right? But that's what he did, y'all, okay? And I feel like, you know, a lot of these artists, man, they do this type of stuff because they don't really understand the repercussions that could come behind this from a spiritual standpoint. Y'all do me a favor. Like it up, share it, drop them nines, man, and let me know my audio is great. Y'all like it up, share it, and drop them nines and let me know my audio is great. I see Julia Ramos over there on YouTube, man. And if it's your first time over there on YouTube, please do me a favor and hit that subscription icon. Also, don't forget to hit the post notification bell and select all. That way you'll be notified every time we go live over there, because we cut up over there too as well, y'all. But yeah, you know, they don't know the spiritual, you know, repercussions that comes behind dissing the dead. Y'all have to make sure that you are honoring them and respecting them, y'all. You done took the time out to actually light that candle, to send them balloons up, and you don't know, in doing so, you was actually doing what is known as venerating them, y'all. You see what I'm saying? You was venerating them. You was helping them ascend. You doing your job to help their spirit become strong enough so that they could continue to ascend back through through the whole life process again, y'all. So yeah, you know, it's a lot of people, especially when we talk about where he comes from, y'all. And excuse me, you know, I got a lot going on in my background as well. But especially when we talk about where it is that he come from. Okay, he's from Florida, y'all. Spirituality is very big in Florida. He himself has actually practiced the craft. His grandmother practiced the craft, okay? So he should be somebody, in my humble opinion, that is very respectful when it comes to the loss of another, because, you know, a lot of people, man, they ain't going to take that lightly. They're not going to take that lightly, y'all. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? Yeah. See, we already know what he was doing over here was wrong, but when he get over there, you're going to allow him to rest. You're going to allow him to heal. You're going to allow him to become stronger so that he can continue through his process. You see what I'm saying? You ain't finna be going to make no video on his grave site. You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful. Yeah. It's disrespectful. Okay? And so I really wanted to dig into this, y'all. See, it's a lot of people on here, right? They talking about it from a perspective of, like, you know, the young guy just being in the streets, you know, and doing the drill music, but they ain't looking at it from a spiritual perspective, y'all. And anytime we talk over here, I want to make sure that y'all see things from a spiritual perspective. Now, I want you guys to actually see how it is that his spiritual team was trying to warn him. He's going to tell you how they stepped in, and they saved him a few times from this, okay? And this is more evidence of what happens when it comes to ancestral or spiritual court, what a lot of people like to call spiritual court, y'all. When the ancestors like, hey, man, get your people, man. We done let them slide. Y'all steady stepping in and intervening, but, you know, get them. You know, we warn them. So at some point, you know, they got to just step back, y'all. They got to step back and allow spirit to come in and just, you know, handle their business, because we don't want you in your dreams. We don't want you, like, just with things that happen in your life. We tried to wake you up and you ain't see it. You couldn't see it. You ain't want to see it, all right? And with that being said, man, let me start this out with the right spiritual energy. I want to say peace to the gods and goddesses. Peace to the ancestors, peace to the spiritual guides, peace to the ascended masters, and peace to my spiritual team and the Most High for giving me the strength to do what I do on a day-to-day basis, man. Y'all already know what it is.
Yeah, I'm about to expose every lie they done told, like how they trafficking kids and why they ain't got a soul. They feeding off our energy, trying to destroy the globe. They got weather control, they even making it snow. But we can't run from it, gotta grab it by the antler.
We know what.
Yeah, y'all, Spirit gonna always warn you. I want y'all to know that, man. Spirit will always warn you, man. Like I say, if this your first time on YouTube, please do not forget to hit that post notification bell and select all. That way you will be notified every time you come over here, and like it up while you over there, man, because we trying to make some noise over there, all right? Y'all help the God out, man. I'm going to do my job. Y'all do y'all job. I just want to make y'all aware. And I feel like, man, this is specifically for the youngsters out here, man, who really looking up to it. Believe me, I know I was in the streets at one point. I thought the same way that they thinking right now. I did some of the same things that they did, y'all. So for me being at this level of my spirituality and then looking back and seeing what it is that I partook in, I'm like, damn, y'all, I was really fucked up. My whole mind state. You know what I'm saying? And some of the people that I know and I see what the cycle that they caught in, I be like, damn, bro, they still caught in the cycle, bro. We not really woke. So, you know, who gonna really save the kids? Because that's what it's all about, y'all. It's really all about saving the kids. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to do it, you know, and who better to do it than the ones who come from their community, who see what's going on, y'all. You the one they look up to. A lot of y'all done guided them. You see what I'm saying? So why not get out here and do the job yourself? Peace, love, and light to you, Amber Michelle, as well. How you doing, Reflection? All right. But yeah, with that being said, man, we're going to get into this rapper Julio Fulio, y'all, was reportedly shot, I want to say a couple nights ago, man, you know, from dissing the dead, you feel me? But in my opinion, I feel like it was more from a spiritual standpoint. And the reason I say that is because, well, I'm finna show y'all the reason I say that right now, man. I'm going to show y'all why it is that I say that, and I'm going to show y'all how Spirit was warning, man. So let's go ahead and just jump into this.
At this point, around 4:40 this morning, we received a 911 call about a shooting that happened here in the parking lot behind me on McKinley and Fowler. What we have learned, and again, this was all very early in the investigation, is that 2 cars were shot at. 4 people were shot in total as a result of this. 3 of them were transported to hospitals, and 1 was pronounced deceased here on the scene. So we are working to learn what led up to the shooting, motive. You can see behind me a lot of officers are here. They are talking with witnesses. They are looking for video as it pertains to this shooting. As far as the people that are at local hospitals, we are working to get an update on their condition. It seems like they will survive their injuries, but again, that's very early.
And it's always sad when you hear about these type of things, no matter what, you know a person did in their life. You know, it's like, it's always sad, you know, to hear that these type of things happen.
The investigation, those are really the details that I have at this point as we're unfolding and getting updates. I'll take a couple of questions for what I can't say.
Jimmy, were these guests at the hotel, do you know, that were staying here with some kind of beef or rivalry?
At this point, it's part of the investigation, but it seems that they might have been coming here to the hotel to get a room.
Can you say anything about the guests that were staying in the hotel? Did they have to be evacuated, or were they told to stay in place after the incident this morning?
Part of the investigation, I don't think so, because of what time it happened. At this point, you know, guests are waking up and we're updating them and we're assisting them with anything that they need assistance with at this time. But it didn't happen inside the hotel. It was in the parking lot.
And so, do you know how many suspects there were? How many people had guns?
Part of the investigation, we're hoping to be able to figure that part out, as well as get a description of the suspects so that we can get that information out to you. But I can tell you that there are cameras here and our officers are working to view all of the cameras and talk with people, you know, who might have seen anything or heard anything. And I think that's the biggest thing at this point. You know, we always say it, but in cases like this, it really does make the difference. If you saw something, if you heard something, any little detail can help us figure out what happened here this morning.
Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. This really gives me King Von vibes, y'all. And what I mean by that is, in my opinion, man, I feel like, you know, we can go any way when it comes to this situation, man. And you know, for me, it feels like a setup, y'all, though. I ain't gonna lie. For me, it feels like it possibly could be a setup, but I want y'all to know that Spirit was behind it. And that's because ultimately he was dissing the dead. And see, how he ultimately ended up getting caught, y'all, was from actually going to the graveyard. That's what I believe Spirit said. Look, you came to this man's graveyard and you disrespected his grave. Like, and when we go down, it's, I could tell y'all plenty of stories of people who actually went out and did something in a graveyard and then their life was fucked up behind it. You see what I'm saying? And so I believe that's where he went wrong. See, all the other people that's been doing the dissing, y'all, they've been doing it from afar. They ain't never went to nobody's graveyard, laid on top of their graveyard, y'all. And the reason this is so important is because we're talking about Florida, where like voodoo is practiced very heavy out there, y'all. Okay, so 9 times out of 10, the op whose graveyard he laid on was probably somewhere in his line of blood, right? Had a voodoo practitioner in their life who took that and didn't take that very lightly, y'all. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? It's a very high probability that something like that could have happened. Bruh. You see what I'm saying? And that's big facts. So, I mean, and at that point, I believe, because I'm going to show y'all how Spirit continuously warned him, y'all, continuously saved him from what he was doing. But at that point, I believe he had no spiritual protection. Okay, and I was watching another rapper, man, who's from Florida, man. I can't think of his name, but he had a hit on them. They came to his house. He got out of there. He said, "I am hoodoo." A lot of people don't understand what he was saying by that. His ancestors were protecting him in that moment. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? And he understood that. Therefore, they gave him the feeling in his spirit that something was finna get ready to happen way before it happened, y'all. Yeah. See, this is the point that you have your ancestral altar. This is the point that you giving your ancestors candy. This is the point that you giving them certain offerings and things like that, bro. Because every time you do this, every time you light a candle for them, so on and so forth, you're making their spirit stronger. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And because you're doing this, you making them strong in situations when they could come in and protect you, y'all. You see what I'm saying? And in his situation, they had to step away because he was doing too much. Yeah. Kimberly Michelle say we're not bodies. That's first and foremost. So I want a lot of people, and look, this might run a few people away, but this is spirituality. This is what, when we talk about, my ancestors and things like that, this is the truth. This ain't none of that wash down shit. This is what really going on, y'all, when we talk about actually having your ancestral altar there and things like that, okay? And when you get down to Florida, I can guarantee you, in the South period, y'all, a lot of people are being taught this because they came up in this for real. All right. And so with that being said, I'm going to show y'all how it is, why it is I believe that, they actually, they walked away from him. Okay. And so look, I want to show y'all what it is that he actually did, y'all, when he, this video I'm talking about. Let me see. Give me a little second. I think this is it, right? Okay. Hold on. No, that's not it. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. Now look, I want y'all to understand, this is Fulio right here in the video. This is Fulio right here. Now I want you to know, he knows what I'm telling y'all because he's a practitioner. His grandmother is a practitioner. I don't know if he I don't know if he's actually practicing this himself, y'all, but at the same time, y'all, he knows what's going on because his grandmother is heavy in it. He had it in his music. He done said these type of things already. So he is somebody who knows that, he shouldn't be doing it. It's one thing for you to be saying it, but it's another thing for you to be actually going over to this graveyard. You feel me? Julia Ramos say, absolutely, I look just like my grandma ring. Say, I look just like my grandma ring. What you mean by that, Julie Ramos? Okay. But yeah, with that being said, I want y'all to know this is Julio right here. Now, he shot a video. I can't remember the name of the song, man, but I did go listen to it. But he was speaking about 3 people being dead, okay? It was shot. It was actually 4 people that ended up getting hit, okay, in this incident where his op supposedly died, y'all, okay? And 1 lived. Now, I want you to know that when he transitioned, right, he made a song about this dude on his birthday and everything. So when he transitioned, y'all, he transitioned on his birthday. It was 4 people that got shot. He the only one that ended up transitioning. Now, that Spirit putting a stamp on it. I want y'all to understand, y'all. Spirit is putting a stamp on it. And I believe that somebody... Hey, look. Let me tell y'all something. I really believe that somebody assigned something to him. Okay? I believe that somebody is saying something to him. And it ain't no joke, but I'm just saying because he went over there and did what he did, and somebody didn't take that lightly. Now, first of all, I do want to say, man, look, I want to start by giving my condolence to any family that's involved in it. This is not about dissing him, y'all. It's not. I'm using this for teaching purposes only. I want y'all to take something away from this. This is what I want y'all to take, especially for the youth that follow me, that walk, that talk to me, that come through my inbox, so on and so forth, y'all. I want y'all to pay attention to this. And this is a prime example of why it is that you should not be disrespectful to the dead in any way, form, or fashion. Any way, form, or fashion. See, you have to understand, when you doing stuff like this, you're disrupting them. Some of them, they don't want to be disrupted. A lot of the times, you going over there, you disrupting them. Okay? And so, like, yeah, you know, I want to give my big condolence to him, you know, and all the other victims who didn't transition, because it was other lives involved besides him as well, y'all. He was not the only one that was involved. He's just the only one that transitioned. And I'm telling you, when things like that happen on your birthday, where you made a song on his birthday, dissing him, talking about X amount of people, that was spirit involved, man. And they showing you, but guess what? We ain't at that level that we were as a whole anymore to be able to see these signs when they happen to y'all. But this is him at the funeral. I mean, at the man's graveyard. Now, what you're seeing is actually pictures of him. This guy you see right here, these are pictures of him. And I think it was three. I think it's a whole three of them that passed away. But he went to one of their graveyards, y'all. Okay, but these are the pictures. Now, what you're seeing is the opposite. This is the opposite side right here, I guess. You know, they did a video themselves, but they weren't on the graveyard, okay? They doing, the whole I'm smoking, what the bam, Skippy, you know, I got them in the pack, rolling them up. They doing all that in their song, but they're not on the graveyard, okay? And it's not to say that they ain't going to get what they got coming, y'all. It's just to say that they hadn't went to that extent, okay? And so when you have other family members around, you know, you have to understand, when you practicing spirituality, you still have to be respectful. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's rules that go with this, especially if you are in the ATR in some way, form, or fashion. If you're in additional, African traditional religion or roots or whatever it is you want to call it, spirituality, look, it's still rules to it. So if you go out and you do something out of anger, out of whatever the case may be, and then, you dished out the wrong punishment, you did whatever it is that you did, and you ain't do it according in a certain way, or because something actually happened, you can get that backlash, yo. Your spirit ain't gonna play with you as well. You see what I'm saying? You gonna get it because you know better. Kelly Michelle say I'm glitching, y'all. You know how that go. You know how that go. They don't want me to put this information out, but I'm just saying, yeah, in general, y'all, it's now rookies look younger, the ones that's getting involved, or the ones who just don't care about the backlash, they'll still do it. They'll still do it. But the ones who are actually honoring the ancestors in the righteous way, y'all, they ain't gonna be doing nothing silly. They ain't finna be just passing out nothing for no reason. You see what I'm saying? Because they know the weight that comes behind it. All right? And so, yeah, they wasn't dissing, they wasn't doing none of that. And like I say, Julio knows that, y'all, because look, he made a song all about voodoo.
All right. 2018, you actually dropped Voodoo. I know that's a big thing in Jacksonville.
Florida.
Right, Florida. Can you describe the voodoo thing?
Now, I want y'all to notice he corrected her. He said it's not just in Jacksonville, it's in Florida. But it's down south heavy, because you got to guess what, our ancestors were rooted down there. A lot of the older people that come from down south, they practice this in some way, form, or fashion, even if it wasn't all the way down to cracking the chicken neck and doing all that extra stuff, y'all. I'm telling you, they practice it in some way, form, or fashion, and it's heavier down there than what you would find in the northern states, or the coast to coast states. It ain't as heavy as it would be in the southerns.
And I think you said your grandma was doing it?
It was like a phrase, voodoo. It's like, that's a big thing in Florida, period, though, with Haitians and Zos and stuff like that. But
now, look, that's another thing about him. If just looking at him, I'm gonna have to assume that he's a part of a Haitian bloodline, because he looks like he Haitian. He got the wicks, he got all that. That's bigger than just a hairstyle for them. So he knows what's going on. And like I said, it ain't gonna say it in this interview, but he actually made a song about his grandma practicing it. So she's Haitian. And you don't think that she passed that down to him in some way, form, or fashion? Huh? You don't think he grew up? Look, he told you he gonna. And I don't know if it's in this clip or not, y'all, but he actually spoke about, graveyard, going to lay in there, doing the spiritual work to try to, become one with these spirits, because certain parts of the ATR, they do certain initiations. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that you have to go through in order to become initiated. You feel me? He spoke about this. He knows these type of things. Even if he didn't do it, his grandma informed him of it.
It really ain't nothing like too crazy. It just, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a way of living.
Can you describe how it works for people that might not know? Like, you know?
You just gotta come to Florida and just meet your woo lady and go through the process. Do what you gotta do.
Did you find out anything crazy about, what's been like your craziest voodoo session?
That's something you can't really speak about.
Oh,
you gotta,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go to Florida and just, you know what I'm saying? It's certain stuff there how you do, like you sleep in the graveyard for like 3 days, 4 days to a week. Drink chicken, like animal blood. It's different stuff though,
Did you actually sleep in a graveyard for 3 days?
No.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? And one thing about him is, y'all, when I watched his interviews and things like that, I started to notice that he wore all of his, just like any other individual that comes from the hood, y'all. They gonna wear all of they, gunshot wounds. They gonna wear all of their jail every time that they went to jail. Things like that. They wear that as an honor of a badge. A badge of honor, excuse me. They look at that like, that's something to parade around. And, myself, I was there before. So I'm not talking to just specifically point anybody out in general. I'm talking from firsthand experience, y'all, from just being in the hood, partaking in it, actually going to jail, actually, doing all of the stuff that they talking about in this song, y'all. I'm talking about from a place of experience. So with that being said, I know that children run around with this. It's a badge of honor for me to go to jail. It's a badge of honor for me to get shot. And so him being somebody that's in the industry, having a level of influence, he ain't doing nothing but furthermore influencing the children that's out there watching him, that's also wearing it as a badge of honor and thinking it's cool, and also getting the signs that I'm about to show you that he's gotten right and ignoring them, y'all, and then falling, to their demise eventually. That's it. That's y'all. That's all he doing. And so this is why I'm on here, and this is why I'm doing this. I can't help the older ones, man. Like, they already setting their ways. They looking at me right now like I'm a goofy. Understand what I'm trying to tell y'all, man? That's big facts. This how they think. So with that being said, I ain't trying to say them. I'm trying to say the youngsters that gonna come across this video, the ones that I've actually had the opportunity to chop it up with, and try to change their mind state in some way. I'm out here to save them. I'm not out here for them, y'all. And so, yeah, I want to show y'all, man, how spirit be working and we don't even be realizing it. Let me show y'all how. Now, look. This is the situation. I want to show y'all a couple situations, right? And so, look, I want y'all to understand why they do this when it comes to music to begin with. I talked about it yesterday. We know that the digital drum, a lot of people are not making, they don't actually have people go in there with live drums, y'all, and actually make the beat. They do it digitalized right now. Okay? And so, with that being said, you have to understand that the frequency that the beat is being made at is not a natural frequency. If you hear piano play, if you hear birds chirping, things like that, that's a natural frequency. They make it at a frequency that's actually a demonic frequency, like 440 hertz, okay? When it should be at actually like 420 hertz. They do this on purpose because they understand that the frequency in which that beat is knocking at is going to start to knock your chakras, your 7 chakras, that energy centers that you have in the middle of your body, that's actually sucking in the energy of your environment and dispersing it through you. They know it's going to make them become imbalanced to the point of what a message that's being given in that song, whether they talking about drilling, whether they talking about trapping, whether they talking about being promiscuous, whatever the case may be, they know that message is going to be able to be attached to your vessel. They know that. So you becoming under a demonic attack and you don't even know it, y'all. And this is just real, especially for the ones, y'all, who ain't out here actually doing a meditation. See, you can survive it if you actually doing a meditation, because guess what? You balancing your energy out when you actually meditating. That's the whole point of you doing mudras and things like that, because you can do a certain mudra that will attack a certain chakra, will help you balance that chakra out. You could do a certain exercise, so on and so forth, that will help you balance that chakra out. But when you out here and you ain't been prepared for the spiritual warfare, and yet a warfare is being waged on you, then you don't know these type of things. You hear what I'm saying to you? Yeah. Y'all do me a favor. Like it up, sharing, and drop them nines, man. I know somebody out here hear me. Somebody feel me, man. When you out here and it's a spiritual warfare going on, you ain't ready for this. You ain't saying, okay, well, let me go ahead and, do my, my little moves, or let me meditate. If I am going to partake in this, that way I can understand the difference between my thoughts and the thoughts that's being projected on me through the music. You see what I'm saying? It hit different. It hit different. Yeah. Okay? And so you have to understand your brain is also made up of 85% fluids, y'all. And so when that bass is knocking against your brain, it's also causing your brain to rattle to the point of where it allows that bass to put you under a hypnotic state. And like I was saying in my live yesterday, if you know anything about spirituality, if you dug into shamanism and things like that, you know that they will actually use the beat of any music to put you into a hypnotizing state up until the point of where you will actually be able to interact with spirits. They would really train their children to be this way. They would go out there, beat on the drum all day until they were able to be put up under a hypnotic phase. Okay, so they know what they're doing. Make no mistake, they know what they're doing. Yeah. Y'all do me a favor, like it up, share it. Like I said, drop them nines, man. Somebody got to feel me, man. They know exactly what they doing, y'all. This is a game, y'all. Like I say, and then like I was talking about yesterday, and I've said it on several occasions, y'all. We watched Busy Bone get on here and speak on how he read a letter from somebody who was actually at a meeting, even though they wanted to remain anonymous, y'all. He still read the letter, right, and said how they actually had a meeting to where they took conscious music outside of the and I ain't saying I'm perfect, y'all, because I listen to a lot of the music as well, but I'm able to identify it because of what it is that I do. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I want y'all to understand this. Like, they did that strategically because they wanted to allow the music industry. They know how powerful everything I just said is, right? And so they wanted the music industry to continuously feed the private prisons, y'all. That's what they wanted. So let's take the conscious music out of the industry so that we can start controlling their minds through the music and give them liquor in the communities. Let's make the drugs easily accessible. And then we're going to throw the mind-boggling music in there to throw them under a hypnotic state, because we ain't doing nothing but attaching demons to them when everything, because you have to understand, even the liquor that you're drinking is spirits. And the further you get into spirituality, you're going to start to learn it. I guarantee you, like, liquor actually makes spirits stronger, y'all. This is why when a lot of people going out, see, y'all be doing a lot of stuff and y'all don't know why y'all doing it. You don't even know why you doing that. That is actually a spiritual practice that you doing, but you just doing it because you feel like it's a trend. You doing it because it make you feel good. When in all actuality, this is a spiritual trend. You pour your liquor out, man, that's you venerating whatever spirit you pouring that liquor out to and trying to help them become stronger. Because when you go to a certain, let's just say for a candle release, and you doing it at a candle release, you going to the spot where they transition, okay? Now you lighting that candle and pouring that liquor out and you leaving them whatever it is, teddy bears, whatever it is that they liked over there, that's you helping that spirit become stronger and help it ascend. And also, because it's noticing you, whether you believe it or not, it's certain elements that you're using, such as the element of air when you're releasing that balloon, right, that a spirit can interact with, right, or see, right, so they're able to know that you're here, right? And so it's up to the point of, well, they know. So when you come and asking them for help, they gonna step in. You become an ancestor as you transition. And this is me just breaking it down for y'all. You even become an ancestor as you transition. Rennie Bergeron, what you say? She say liquor keeps you distracted and allow spirits in. I mean, it depends on how you're looking at it. When we talk about getting deep into spirituality, y'all, I'm telling you why it is that if you thinking, see, it's a lot of people like, this is evil. Well, why you doing a candlelight? Why you light candles when your spirit transition? Some people light them and put them in their windows. Why is you even going to a balloon release? Because that's what the whole point of the light. That would be something that will be ancestral. That's more spiritual, hoodooish and things like that, y'all. Why are you doing it? See, people just want to partake in something that they know nothing really about because they have not done the work. They have not studied to show themselves approved. They have not interviewed certain people to be able to talk to them and get the information that they need to get about why it is that they're doing it. They have not actually went out and did the work themselves to even, come to the understanding. But we doing these things every day and we don't know why. You lighting the cake every day and you allowing your kid to blow it out and you don't know why you doing it. Because the world was doing it. Let me do it. Let me not look into the history and find out. You're doing it, but you don't know the history behind it, y'all. Okay? But with that being said, man, let me go ahead and just, show y'all how it is. Spirit stepped in, y'all, and saved this dude's life 1,000 times and was trying to warn him about what it is that he was doing, but yet and still he overlooked it. He didn't want to see it, y'all. I want to show y'all this clip of him where he's actually talking about, you know, his car being shot up, y'all. And he actually made it out. For him to make it out, you think he made it out by himself? Huh? Y'all drop them nines. You think he made it out by himself? He ain't make it out by himself. That was his spiritual team stepping in and protecting him in that situation that helped him get out. You could call him your angel, whatever it is you want to call him. Know that was your spiritual team, your ancestors stepping in and saying, hey, it ain't your time to go. I want to protect you. You know not what you do. You know not what you do. You feel me? Understand what I'm trying to tell you. All right? And so with that being said, let me drop this in here real fast, y'all. Hold on. Give me a second. I want to drop this in. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Drop them nines and my audio was good as well, y'all. I'm trying to see what I'm telling y'all, bro. Look. I'm having issues right now. I'm telling you what it is. Let me see. I'm having issues right now with this. Y'all give me a second, man. Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to show y'all this clip. But it's like this. They don't want me to. They don't even want me to pull it in, y'all. I'm telling you. Trying to show y'all this clip. They don't want the video. Don't want the. Hold on. It's crazy. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me see. It's crazy.